Hello friend, and welcome back to the part 2 of the video. And in the part 1 we designed a modern UI of a to-do application where we can have multiple lists, and inside lists we can have multiple items like this. Also it supports dark mode, and in this video we are going to add user authentication system so each user can have their own to-dos. Let's start. Alright, so back for the backend part we are going to use Strapi, which is very customizable and easy to use. And it also supports multiple databases, and it provides you an admin panel with UI, so it's very easy to use and very customizable. Let's start by installing using Yarn like this. Yarn create Strapi app and the app project name. Let's go to another terminal and paste Yarn create Strapi app. Let's call it server dash dash quick start like this. All right. Let's wait until it's finished. All right. Alright, as soon as it finished the installation, it will install an admin UI, and after that you'll be open up the tab inside your browser. Just finish the installation process. Let's say xencodes cloud.com. Let's use this one. Alright, if you hit let's start, you'll be presented by this kind of UI, and inside that we have the cool feature of this Strapi is that it provides you an by default, it comes with a user-based authentication system, which also support rolling-based. Let me show you. If you go to settings and roles, you can add multiple roles and assign each roles to specific users. So in the backend, in the front-end part, you can check the role and show the UI according to the role. All right, so let's first add a route inside our front end for sign up or register component. Let's create auth component, and inside auth we are going to create sign up, or let's call it register.js edf return box. All right, and in the index file we are going to add another route. Path will be /register, and the component will be register dot props, all like that. All right, there we go. Let's put it at the top in exact. There we go. If we go to /register, we can see that it's h1 register, and there we go. It says register. All right. So in this page, we are going to design a register UI. Let's add heading called register. First, let's add some paddings. Let's say 12. Like that. And inside that, we are going to add a box with some input. Alright, let me open up Chakra documentation and search for form control. Let's copy this, paste in here, and let's copy, paste. Oh, copy and paste. Let's call it username or email, not username. Email, input email, and there we go. If we refresh, we can see something like this. Alright, let's say center, or put it in container like this. Alright, there we go. And also let's drag our heading inside the container, something like that. Let's add a margin top of 12. Alright, and let's wrap this up inside a box. in the border width of 1 pixel, border radius, let's say LG large, like that, and let's add some padding for, let's move this to here. Alright, there we go. Let's add for another field for the password, email and password. Let's remove this and add like this, and stack like this. Let's add some spacing of 4. Alright, there we go. Let's add a button for register. Register. Alright, that looks cool. Let's try to move this heading inside our box because it looking dumb. That looks good, and let's add a margin top of maybe 4. Alright, this looks better. If we click register, nothing happens because we haven't set up anything yet. Alright. We can use a reference here to get an email value and password value. Let's say email ref is equal to use ref, and same for the password reference, and reference is equal to email reference, and for the password same, reference is equal to password reference. And on click we are going to call a register function. Let's add the register function. Alright, and let's say let email is equal to email reference.current.value. Same for the password. Password is equal to password ref. Let's print out both of them to check if it's working or not. Alright, let's go to inspect, and let's see if it's working or not. And there we go. Okay, let me add. Alright, it's working. Next, what we are going to do is install Axios inside our React project so we can make HTTP request. Let's do it by using yarn add Axios, and let's add let's add a helper folder. Inside there we are going to add request.js, and in here we are going to import Axios, and also we need cookies to store user JWT, which is JSON web token, to identify the user. Alright, JS cookies, I think that's cookies. JS cookie or cookies, let me check. It's JS cookie. Alright. Import cookies from JS cookie. JS cookie. Alright, there we go. Let's export constant make get so we can make get request. Alright, let's first start our development server. There we go, it's starting up. Alright. In the register, what we are going to do here is import Axios from Axios. Next, what we are going to do is call axios.post http localhost, whatever your IP address is, semicolon 1337, because 1337 is the default port for Strapi, and /local /auth/local and /register. And after here we are going to pass email and password. Also, let's add a field for full name. Alright, let it be name only, and let's create a reference for it. Name reference. Alright, name reference, and type will be text. Let's remove these, and ID will be, we don't need IDs, so let's remove all these IDs. Alright, and in the Strapi admin panel, we are going to content type builder and user. We are going to add a field called name. Finish, save. That's easy to use. That's very easy to add fields like that. And next, what we are going to do is add another variable for the name. Name reference dot current dot value. Alright, we are going to pass name also. And then we are going to print data we received from the backend. Alright, like this. Let's open up our terminal. Go to console. And if we create, alright, let's add AST. And if we hit register, nothing happens. Let me check the console. 400. Alright, let me check. We are going to add a catch here. ERR dot response. Let's go to errors. Request failed, error 400. Bad request messages. Username already taken, which means that we have created the account. Oh, what? Alright, let's try another username. Oh, in place of name, we are going to add username. Alright, if you hit like this again, if you enter and click register, and there we go, we got the JWT. Next, what we are going to do, if we got the JWT, we are going to pop up. And for that, we are going to use toast, which is inbuilt in Chakra. Toast is equal to use toast, and toast title would be, oh sorry, title will be successful. Alright, successfully registered. And then we are going to return. And if it's not successful, and also we're going to add status of success, so it will show in green. And in the error, we are going to an error occurred, let's say an error occurred, and status will be error. Let's try. Refresh. I don't know why I have to keep refreshing. Oh, send that codes AST. Alright, an error card, because we already have an account here. So let me remove it. I'll delete. Alright, if we hit register again, we see successfully registered. And if it's successfully registered, we are going to set the cookies jwt data.jwt. So in the next time, for the next time, we are passing the JWT in the header, so Strapi will understand that it's an authenticated user. Each user will have their different JWT. Also, you can set the expiry for this JWT. So let's remove the user again and register again. Click on register, and it says successfully registered. Let me check if it's cookies. And oh, sorry. Let's register again. And oh wait. Alright, successfully registered, and we got the JWT. Alright, so now that's the register page is working successfully. Now let's add the login page, and for that we are going to index.js, and we are going to add another route for the login. Let's call it login. And let's create another file called login.js, and we are going to copy it same here, and in place of register we are going to add login, and we are going to remove this name. We keep email and remove this, and instead of register we are going to call login, and let's rename the function to login. And let's remove this name reference, we don't need that. Alright, email and password, and instead of register we're just going to /out/local. Let's remove the username, and everything is same. Alright, let's see if it's working or not. We're gonna add in here login. Hit refresh. Oh, sorry. If we go to login, we see like this, something like this. Xen@xen.codes, and the password was ASD, and error occurred. 400 bad request. Alright, let's see what the error is. We're gonna log error.response to check the error. Let's check what is the error. Oh, sorry. And for the I forgot to mention that it's not email, it's identifier, because Strapi uses identifier, so you can pass in username as well as email, username or email. If we hit save and refresh, ASD, if we, okay, there we go, successfully. Oh, it's registered. Let's change this to successfully logged in, and everything is same. There we go, we have working user authentication system. Now let's integrate it into our to-do app. If we go to slash, there we go, it's an error because we don't have any root. Let me go to content here. App.js. Alright. If lists contains the active list, if is not list contains the active list, we are going to redirect the user to React Router DOM, I think. We are going to redirect the user to the first. Oh, no, that will not work. We'll just return null, or let's say, alright, let's say active list will be title, home, icon, same fi home, and items, no, I mean empty array. Alright, if you hit refresh, assignment to const, oh, let's, alright, title of undefined. Oh, let's redirect the user to /home. Alright, there we go. We cannot go to our root directory. We always being redirected to home, and we have to keep this one, at least one, inside our lists JSON, else it's gonna break. Alright, now let's display the user at the bottom here, and for that we are going to, let me think what we can do here. Let's add a useUser.js, constant use user is equal to function. We are going to export useUser, and which will be state user info. If which will load from local storage.get item user data. Use effect only one time. If is not user info, we are going to make request. For that we first add a make get here, make get URL axis dot wait, let's return a new promise, resolve reject, and axis dot get http localhost 1337 plus URL. Then we are going to resolve data we got from the server, resolve data, and if we hit error, we are going to reject with error dot, let's just say error. Alright, we're also gonna add headers so that Strapi will know that the user is authenticated. Authorization will be bearer. Alright, cookies.get jwt. Alright, and in here we are gonna make get slash user slash me, and then we are going to log in console.log user, and in the sidebar we are going to use constant user equal to useUser. Let's see if it's working or not. We got the error. Wow. Okay, users, I think it's users slash me. And there we go, it's working. We got the user from by using just JWT we have here. If we change it to, let's add s in at the end, and if we hit refresh, we get an error 401 because this JWT is not valid. So let's remove it, and if we hit refresh, we got the username and everything. There we go, it's working. So we are going to return user info. Let's set data. Set data. Loading is equal true dot 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 this one or nothing. Alright, the default loading will be true, and after we have successfully fetched the user information, let's set the data to loading false, and dot 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 user. There we go. User info is not defined. Oh, because it's data. User info. Oh, here. It's not user info dot. Let's say ID. Also, we're gonna local storage dot set item user data json dot stringify user, and in here we are going to json dot parse. Alright, let's see if it's working or not. Cross origin error was thrown. Let's log the user in header file. Okay, first disable this. What's this? I think we have to add like this. Alright. Let me check if we use like this. It will have two users. There we go. That's not what we want. Okay, what we can do here is I know the other way is using Redux, but I'm gonna try to fix this. If we have already fetched, we don't want to fetch it again. So let's check. Go to application. We go. We can see that user data is. We have already saved the user data. All right. Let's first load user data is equal to local storage dot get item user data, and if json dot parse. Let's log the user data. Go to console, user data, and there we go. If there is user data, we are just going to return the user data. User state is called conditionally reactors. Oh, all right. If is not user data, we are going to make a request. All right. Let's open up the console. If we refresh the page, do we get this? All right, there we go. We are not getting any request in here. That means it's working. So close the terminal. What we are basically doing is that we are just fetching the user information this first time and storing inside local storage. So the next time we don't want to fetch it. We just want to use the local storage one. But there is a catch here that user can edit. There is no catch, but there is a catch here that we'll see. Let's remove the console and let's display the username at the bottom. What we can do that is going to header and not header, in the sidebar. Let's say use. Sometime autocomplete doesn't work, so I have to do it manually. From dot slash helper slash not helper dot slash auth slash use user use user. All right, let's add constant. User is equal to use user, and if user is loading, we can verify that. User dot loading is not. Then we are gonna render a heading. Let's say user. All right, there we go. We can add position to fixed and bottom to 0. There we go. Let's add 10. All right. And in here we are going to display user dot username. There we go. And a button. Let's wrap the component inside an empty tag so we can add another button here. Log out. Oh, position fixed. Let's wrap inside a box and keep the. All right, there we go. Let's give a width of 20% like this, and wrap the heading inside center like this. I think it's working, and width equal to full. Let's add a greetings. Hi Zen. And margin bottom of, let's say, 2. Alright, there we go. It's working. And if we click on logout, we are gonna clear the cookie and refresh the page. Cookies dot remove jwt and window dot location is equal to slash. There we go. We're not gonna click that because we first have to add a fallback. Let's add route path is equal to slash exact, and then we are gonna render login. Alright, if we click on logout, alright, if we click on logout, nothing happening. Why? Let me check. Sidebar. Oh, sorry, it's location. Spelling mistake. And if we click on logout, there we go. Also, we can check that the cookies is cleared. Now we can add, let's add a register button inside the login page. Like this. Let's add a button. Variant will be link. Let's don't have an account. Then we're gonna add a href will be slash register. Alright, let's add a margin top of 4. And if we click on this, we're gonna register page. We are going to register page. Let's add the same thing to the register page and in here. And this time we are going to redirect the user to the login page, and we are going to say already have an account. Oh, already have an account. And there we go. Alright, already have an account. We're going to redirect to login page and then register page. Let's log in. And it was in codes like this, AST, and if we hit enter, login. Alright, we're also gonna redirect the user after it's successfully logged in. So we are going to redirect the user after maybe a few milliseconds, so it will look more better. Let's set 1 to 100. Window dot location will be slash home. Alright, if we click login, we will redirect to slash, oh, refresh. My bad. If we click login, we'll be redirected to slash home, and there we go. We see the name. Let's add another user. Let's call it, I don't know what we can call. Let's call it Zen123. Zen.codes, Zen123. Password same, ASD, and click on register. And there we go. So register successfully, and we already have an account. Zen123 and Zen.codes and ASD. If we hit login, logged in successfully, and there we go. We have Zen only. Oh, because we also have to remove the local storage when we log out. So local storage dot remove item user data or user info. Let me check. User data. There we go. And if we hit logout and login again, Zen123 add Zen.codes, ASD and login. And oh, double S. Alright. This time an error was thrown. All right. Alright, after looking at the Stack Overflow, we got that we have to clear the site data. So let's clear the site data by going into application, and let's clear up the local storage. Alright, so the another workaround is that we can store user data in cookies. So let's do it. Oh, sorry. close. All right, we can store user data inside our cookies. So let's do it. If constant user data is equal to cookies dot get user data, and if cookies dot set user data json dot stringify user, let's log it. And there we go, it's working. User data. All right, next time if we found the user data, we are going, if user data, what we are going to, if is not user data, all right, then we are going to make a request to a Strapi server, and in else part we are going to set data loading false dot 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 json dot parse cookies dot get user data. All right, in the else part, if we hit refresh, it's working. Let's log out again. Let's log in, and it's working. If we clear the cookie, let's hit refresh. Oh, there we go. It's not working again. Oh, also we have to add a validation here inside in here. If we have a JWT, then only we are gonna render app. Let's add it. Cookies.get JWT. Then we are gonna render app. Else we are going to redirect the user to /login. All right. There we go. It's working. 1, 2, 3. All right. And there we go. It's working. Great. Okay, let's remove it again and hit refresh. And there we go. We got the login page again. And if we just delete the user data, let's see what happened. We got the user data again. That's great. All right, now let's see how we can store our data to our database and fetch to-do list according to the user. So let's go to content type builder and then create a new collection type called to-dos, or let's say to-dos, and continue, and add a JSON called items. Add another field, a relation. To-do has one, let's say user permission, user from user permissions. Let's say user. To-do has one user. That's what you want. Each to-do will have their own user. So hit finish, and next thing we can do in here is alright, just save it like that. Leave it like that and click on save, and then go to settings and roles and authenticated. We are going to allow authenticated users to create, find, update, delete, everything. Let's check everything and click save. And now what we are going to do in here is create a make post function, so we can create new entities. Let's call make post and axios.post. We are going to accept two parameters, URL and data. We are going to pass data after URL, and then everything is same. Let's hit save and close this one. And in the content and in the app, we are going to use effect. So whenever use effect lists. Alright, but before that we are going to add an option to create another list. So let's remove this all and let's set it to all fi box. Alright, let's redirect to /all. And there we go. And all in all, we are going to display everything. So let's remove this new item from here. New item. If list is equal list dot title is equals all, then we are not going to display this. Let's say it is not and move it to down like that. Alright, there we go. Now let's add a button to add another list. Alright, we can do it by, let's call new list.js PDF return box, and in here we are going to add a state entry with default false, add a button, new item, new list, and we are going to render new list inside our sidebar. In here, new list. Oh, use state. We're going to import a new state. Right, there we go. New list. Let's width will be 20% or full. There we go. Let's size to small. And the color scheme will be yellow. And the margin top will be white. Not yellow. Let's say green. Alright. If you click on new list, we will be provided with an input box. On click, we are going to toggle set entry is not entry. If it's false, then it's gonna if it's true, then it's gonna display an input box. If entry is true, then we are going to display an input box like this. Reference item name. Alright, let's create a reference here. Item name is equal to user reference. Item name else null. Alright, there we go. And if we click again, it will hide again. It's working fine. Let's add a placeholder. Placeholder is equal to enter item name. Let's say school project, something like that. And also we are going to provide a bunch of icons. So let's add another field, input field, to search for icons. Alright, let me just see how we can do that. We are going to add another input placeholder, search icon, size will be small. There we go. Let's add a margin. Let's wrap them inside stack. Spacing of 4. Alright. And use a state icon query default will be none, and on change we are going to set icon query e.target.value, and in here we are going to display constant icon generator box icon generator. Alright, there we go. And on every change on every icon query change. Alright, let's remove this icon generator. We don't need this state. We can just call icon. No, that will not work. We have to have state. Alright, uh on every press we are going to search for icon. So let's icon generator, icon query, like that. Query or searching for query. Let's check if it's working or not. Go to inspect. Alright, there we go, it's working. Now we can search for icons from FI. We can choose whatever we want, like we can search from feather icon, like here, from here. So we can do it by importing icons from react icons slash fi. Now in this icon we have all the properties. So let's icon dot, let me just log first. Console.log object.keys icons, import asterisk as icons. Alright, there we go. We got every icons list here, which have total of 286 icons in FI, which is feather icon. So icons constant icons list is equal to object.keys, like this one. Alright, there we go. And on every search query we are going to filtered icons list.filter search, oh let's say filter icon, let's see, icon that includes icon query, and if you filter the log the filtered one, let's see, if we hit home we are not getting anything. Alright, we can do it by like this. Let's first lower icon dot to lowercase dot index of icon query is greater than -1. Let's save it and refresh. If we search for home, we get fi home. There we go. Alright, let's display all the filtered one. We can use another state. Let's filtered icons, let's say icons. Alright, set filtered icons filtered. Alright, no, let's remove it. We don't need that because we can just map in here. Filter.map icon, let's box, padding is equal to 4, and we are going to display the icon like this. Icons, icon. I think it should work. Maybe like this, wait. Constant icon is equal to return icon, like this. Okay, it lists every icon. Let's filtered is equal to filtered, or we can do this right away here. Splice 0, no, slice 0, 5. We just need 5. It's enough, I think. And we are going to display it in Flex, or maybe simple grid. Columns will be 4 and जल्दी जाओ. And it's actually displaying. Let's simple grid item. Let's remove this. It's not working. Can do it by using vertical stack maybe. Let's give it a try. Okay, horizontal stack. Something should work. What is this? Oh, I found it. We have to wrap this inside vertical stack and like this. We have to do it like this. My bad. Alright, I found the way. We have to wrap our map inside VStack, so it will work. I think it should work. Let's check. Maybe horizontal stack. Alright, there we go. It's working. Let's add an icon and change it to box again. And there we go. Let's add a padding of 4 and let's change back to stack. Alright, there we go. It's working. Alright, on hover we are going to change the background color to gray. The text color to white. There we go. And let's add a state to store the selected icon. Selected icon, which will be nothing by default. And BG will be selected icon is equal icon, then gray, else white. Oh, sorry. And on click we are going to set the selected icon. Set selected icon, the icon. Alright, let's see. And there we go, it's working. Let's change the cursor to pointer. Cursor pointer. Alright, let's remove the gray. Gray.200. Alright, let's change to gray. There we go, it's working fine. Maybe green. Alright. If it's selected, then we are going to. If it's selected, then and green. Oh, sorry. If it's selected, icon is equal icon, then it's green. Alright, there we go, it's working. This one is selected, so. And if you search for home, you get home and you can select it. And there we go, it's working fine. You can enter item name and hit. Let's display another button called save And if it's entry, then we are gonna change it to red else green. Also in here, if it's entry, we are going to change it to cancel else new list. All right, cancel, save. That looks cool. Color schemes go to green. All right, there we go. We can choose everything right there. Let's remove all this. We don't need these. They were just waste of time. All right, so next step, what we want to do is save this to a new list. So after we press save, we are going to call a function called save. Let's create a function called save. And if we hit save, we are going to we are going to call another function called onSave with some values. Let's pass JSON in. Alright, so the title will be the item name dot current dot value. Icon will be selected icon, and items will be empty array. So and set entry to false. And in here, I think in the sidebar we are going to add another property. Alright, let me find it. I don't know where is it. So I think it's in sidebar. There we go, new list. On save we are data. Let's log it to see if it's working or not. Data. Alright. Test, search for icon. Let's add home. 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 And if we click on save, we get the home, FI home, and items none. There we go, it's working fine. Alright, my brother. Let's what we can do here is on new list. On new list. Lists on new items. On new item. This is lists. Items. Alright, on new list. Alright, on new list. New list. Oh, the item name. Sorry, that's what I'm confused. It's not item, it's list. My bad. List name. Sorry for that. List name. That's it, I think. Save. Oh, there we go. I think it's the final one. Oh, there we go. It's working. Alright. So next. Alright, next. On save, we console the data and it's working. Next, on new list. We're gonna call on new list and pass in the data. And in the app on new list. Let's log it. Console.log list. And let's check if it's working. Home. And if we click on save, we can see it's working app.js. Alright, next what we're gonna do is if we type in home and if we search home, this should add to the list. So the way we can do that is by going up in the app.js and let's set the lists to all the list first and alright. And in here we can type it like this. Wait. List.title will be list. Alright, let's try. And we hit type in again home if we hit save, and there we go, it's working. Let's add another one. Let's say brief case and we hit save and let's see. Alright, let's see. You can see that it's working. Let's add an item in here. And there we go, my boys, it's working. Alright. If we go to dark mode, it looks good, nicer. Alright, so alright, next what we want to do is if a user adds a list, we are going to use if user is going to add a list, either list or item, we are going to update it to the server. So let's do it. If user add the list, we are going to create another list on the server. We can do in app.js. We are going just basically we are going to update all the let's say all our lists basically. Let's do it like that. Whenever we are going to update list, it will use effect. Alright, use effect on lists. Alright, I went for dinner, sorry. So let's remove reuse effect from here because we don't want that. We want when user create a new list, we are going to create a new to-dos here list, new list. So let's rename it, rename the to-dos. Alright, let's keep it like that. You can rename if you want. Alright, on where is that? On new list, yeah, there we go. On new list, we are gonna make a post, make post to slash to-dos. Let's rename it. First delete this. Where is it? To do. Because rename doesn't work the way we want it to work. Create now. Call it lists. JSON data. Call it data. Okay. And create another field relation from user from permission. User from user's permission. And let's call it user. List has one user. Alright, finish. Save. Oh, there we go. We successfully created the collection. Now, what we want to do is on every new on new list, we are going to create a new list on the server. We're gonna make a post request to a list and pass in data, all the list, and then we are gonna log the response for now. Console.log response, and let's comment out this line. Alright, let's see if it's working or not. If we create a home, let's just pick this icon. And if you go to list, it doesn't work because we have to add permissions. We have to allow the authenticated user to create, delete, and count everything. Click on save, and if we create new list, home, if we choose this one, and let's see, it's not working. Let's check the console. Oh, it was only lists. It was only lists. So next, let's log the response. Let's say let's log the response. Let's close the errors. And if you create test, save, there we go. It's working. And if you go to lists, it's working. Let's delete all. Let's create a new list called home. Home icon, save. If you refresh, it's not working. Because we have to pass it data list. Let's see. Home. Oh, sorry, we are not passing user. So let's pass the user. For that, we are going to use useUser here. Constant user is equal to useUser. And we are going to pass user.id. Alright, let's add home. Let's do it like this. And if you could refresh, we see that we got the user with all the data. So next what we're going to do is add use effects. So to fetch all the user lists, make get to slash okay lists, then response console.log response. There we go, we got the response. Let's loop through the response.map item set lists dot lists. Next item.data.title will be item.data. Right, let's refresh and there we go, it's working. Now, oh sorry. Now what we are going to do is if we click on new item, if we add a new item, we are going to update that list. And the way we are going to do that is by passing id in here, item.data, and id will be item.id. Or let's say, let's leave it like that. On item add, we are going to call make put. We can see here I have added a make put function, just to replace the post with put. That's it, to update. And we are going to update list slash current item dot id, and the data will be underscore list, and then just update it. Let's refresh. If you go home, add new item, and if you refresh, if you go home, it's not working. Let me check. Data is underscore list dot id. Let me log it. Oh, we have items and array, so we have to remove. We have to change the default one. Where is it? Yeah, here. To JSON. Now if we hit refresh, go to home. If we add item, let's first remove it. Delete all. Let's create a new list called home. HOME home. If we click on save. Oh, after refresh we are seeing this. Let me fix it by okay, this one. If we go home and click and add an item, and we hit refresh and we go home again, we can see the item. But the problem is here that let's log into another user. Xen.codes AST login. We can see other user items here. We don't want that. For that we are going to write a backend. Let's go to API, then lists, then go to controllers. If you look in the routes, you see that if it gets a get method request, then it's going to list.find, and this is a function in controller. If we add a new function in controller named find, it's gonna override it, so we can customize it the way we want. And the first parameter is ctx context, which will have request response and the current logged in user ID. I mean user, whole user. Let me show you. ctx.state.user. If we log in the user, we can see in the console. If we refresh, there we go. We see the current logged in user. So we are going to fetch the lists. Let me show you lists. Yeah, using the user ID. So we only get the logged in. I mean the current user, not the other user lists. We do it by constant lists is equal to await strapi dot query lists dot find user will be user dot id, and then we are going to return the lists. So it will find the lists with the user current logged in user ID, the one you this using the JWT. So let's if you hit the refresh, we cannot see the list home, and let's create another list called let's call another list called school in the ID zen, not zen123. Let's set it to home, and if you hit refresh, we can see school. And if we go to another account, zen123 at zen.codes, AST, if we can log in, we cannot see the zen only zen user list here. And that's it. If we switch to dark mode, oh, that looks cool. That's it for this video, and let me know in the comment section what else I can add and we can add in this application. So thanks for watching, and if you like my content, make sure to subscribe. It really helps me to build more videos like this. Until then, bye, take care. So the first thing you want to do is go to lists, sorry, because content type builder, then list, then create another field for mm, title, and create another field for icon, and another field JSON for lists, not lists, items. Hit finish and delete the data, and hit save. Alright, back in the code. I found that I have multiple, oh wait. Let's remove all first. We're gonna change the data. We're gonna remove the data and add dot 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 on in app.js line 49. And let's create a new list. And let's create a new item. Click add, and if you hit refresh, and then go to lists, we can see that we got it here and it's working. But it's not working. Items we didn't got the items. And for that, let's remove the data and add items. List.items. Alright. As you can see, the list is not working. We can fix it by going into set lists dot lists, then dot item. Icon of null. Oh, what we're going to do is in here item dot name, then item. There we go, it's working now. If you get another list, if you refresh the page, you can see that it's not working, it's not loading up the all list. Let me fix it. Alright, there we go, it's working. What I did is created another variable final, and I'm storing inside the final all the response we got. And after that, I'm setting the list, updating the state basically, and it's now working. Alright, there we go. Let's add another item. And if you hit refresh and if you go to test, and it's now it's working fine.